We are live. Live now. From Phoenix, Arizona. We have a lot to talk about. I've been catching strays. You know, I like that every year we get all these new terminologies, you know? I mean, catching strays, that wasn't a thing last year, right? But I like it. Because even today, I caught some strays, you know? I was just having my late breakfast. And Tommy C also, okay, no worries. Bring it on. We have a lot to talk about, guys. So I've been doing a lot of live shows recently, you know. Niall, thank you for super chat. Says playful hell. Well, I think we're done with the background music, but I appreciate it. Maybe I'll look into it for the future. Unfortunately, Drew, I'm not at my new place, so I did bring the pen, but it's not necessary because this show is going to be far from chill anyway. This is not a chill show. Let's just get that squared out the way. Okay? Because I'm realizing that, like, people that don't know me like to act like they know me. People that watch a version of me like to apply that version of me across the board. You know? And it's cute, really. It's endearing in some ways. And you know what the worst part about comedy? Because this is not directly related, but the worst part about comedy is explaining a joke. Like when I tell a joke and I have to explain it, that actually hurts internally. And to explain who I am to people who don't know who I am but act like they know me better than I know myself, or even my own audience, right? It doesn't hurt. It just feels like, all right, let's fucking go, all right? So that's what this show's gonna be about. Now, if you guys were on my last live show the other day, I went live and I talked about how, you know, Boblax, Tipster, and Keemstar were all gaslighting me, right? Now, look, I play up myself, and I point things out that sometimes it's like a joke, whatever, but it's got to have some sort of calculation. It's got to make sense, right? And people like to say, oh, it's stirring the pot, right? It's stirring the pot. Sure. I don't care. I instigate. I like to say instigate. I like to instigate for fun. Sure. Now, people have used this to dismiss it. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Okay? On the other hand, we have Keemstar, who doesn't really share a perspective with really anybody. He just kind of says shit when he comes on my show, at least. Like random shit. And he hopes it sticks, right? He's just like, oh, let me say shit, right? And it's funny because Paige, of all people, found herself agreeing with that. And I was like, what? Except when she agreed with him, she kind of put her own spin to what he said. We'll get into all this. But if you guys haven't seen my show from, let's see, Sunday, 2 days ago, it's worth watching, you know, because it was actually titled, like, Gaslit by Boblax, Keemstar, and Tipster in real time. And, like, I was going to be reviewing clips where they were essentially gaslighting me, right? And they actually called into the show, and they did it. And it's comical. I mean, we're not going to review all of it, okay? I wish I had a little bit more time to really get better timestamps. But right now, let me just give you a glimpse of how Keemstar behaves when he calls into my show. You know, and here's the thing. Because I have a lot to say about the homie here. Okay? Let's listen in. Oh, let me put up the volume here. What is it you wanted to offer here?
That you've literally lost control of yourself, bro.
How?
Because you're a bully victim.
I'm a bully victim.
Yeah, you're a bully victim. You're so afraid of the bullies online that they're literally taking over. You don't even control your own fucking chat anymore. Your own thoughts, your own ideas.
My chat looks fine to me. What's wrong with him? He just says shit, right? Now, the bully victim thing is like, I guess he's trying to go with this narrative that I suck up to Salvo because I'm afraid that he's gonna bully me. So I don't really know. I think he just has words because I can't even. I'm trying to process it in the live show. I'm like, what are you talking? What?
Every time I look at you, you look frail and scared, and you're just terrified of getting beat up online.
What do you mean? We're having so much fun this time. This has been a fun lit stream.
This is cope, like nervously laughing and smiling and lit and having fun. You've lost everything.
This is what are you talking about? This is me all the time.
You've lost your morals. You lost control
morals.
Of your chat.
At least right here, he's being blatantly, you know, trolly, okay? But then listen to how everybody else just likes to agree. You listen to Boblax and Tipster, which I have no issue. I have no issue with Boblax or Tipster. I feel like this live stream just It sealed it. We cool.
Bro.
Okay, all right, okay. Let's keep going. This is the gaslighting in real time from Keemstar.
I'm just giving you a word of advice, homie. Next thing we're gonna see is like you're fucking going over to Salvo's house to clean it because he's having the in-laws in over the weekend.
Right, so he's painting this narrative that I'm scared of Salvo. Now, what about this narrative? Projection. Are you scared of Salvo, or are you afraid that he's too powerful? Because I feel like in the end, who actually got bullied by Salvo? Not me. He said that I got bullied by Salvo. When has Salvo ever bullied me? That's never happened. But how sensitive Mr. Keemstar is, because why did Keemstar fire Salvo in the first place? Because Salvo said that the Keemstar show was boring without Salvo. So then Keemstar's ego, frail, fragile ego, got so hurt and he decided to fire Salvo. And then he started going off on Salvo, trying to reveal this dirty laundry, which, I'm not getting in the middle of that. It sounded very personal. And Salvo said it wasn't all true. So it's he said, she said, I don't care. It's petty stuff, right? But he started doing this members only, where he started saying all that. And he started repeating that narrative in that show where I'm just a bitch or whatever. Okay. And here's the truth. I don't like confrontation. I'm not about that. Okay. But that doesn't mean I'm a bitch. If I'm a bitch, you know what? If I am a bitch, I'll take the bitch title because I didn't call you out for being a bitch in that show when you were in the call. But why is that? Because I don't like confrontation. Okay. I'm not always prepared to fucking confront people. I'll have my moments. Don't get it twisted. I've had decent confrontations with people or like arguments, whatever, every now and then on live shows and stuff. But like, I'm just not in the mode right now. When I used to say, like it's been that long, right? But when I say that merge is inevitable, that's a positive thing. I want people to get together and talk things out in a positive way, or even if it's confrontational or whatever. I just want solutions, right? And I think Keemstar just stirs shit up just to stir shit up, which is a funny narrative because there's this whole like fake drama narrative. I would say this is like trying to become fake drama. But the reality is, where did this fake drama stir from? Keemstar. And who's complaining about this fake drama? Nicholas Diorio. And Nicholas Diorio is, I respect him for staying out of it, playing this Pokemon. Okay, I respect it. But what does he do as soon as he comes back? He complains about this fake drama. Like, I'd rather talk about SA and all this abuse and stuff. That was so much more fun. That is so much more fun. Yeah, tell me how much more fun it is. Because I'll tell you what, a large part of the reason why I haven't been doing videos that serious and on Edwin's generation and all that is because that's not fun. That takes a toll on me. I enjoy this. And I enjoy calling shit out as I see it, whatever, whatever. And just having fun. And it is fun, but like, it seems like a lot of times people like to have such big egos that it's either their way or it's just their way, or they don't want to accept anything else, right? So, I mean, nothing against Nick, right? I just think it's funny that he can't accept, like he'd rather call it fake drama instead of just say that maybe Keemstar just has a fragile ego. Maybe because how is it fake that he actually wanted to fire Kristen Narc? That's not fake. Is it fake? Kristen Narc said no. Kristen Narc actually wanted to walk on the show. How is that fake? And how is it fake that he actually fired Salvo Pancakes and then he wanted him back and Salvo said, no, I have dignity. If you don't want me at your show, then why would I come back? How is that fake? Right? The reality is Keemstar wants things to be his way, and if they don't go his way, then he'll throw a fit, and he'll be like, okay, well, you know what, Salvo, I actually like you. You're my homie, okay? Come on, let's go have a good show. That's just the reality. Am I wrong, chat? Because I'm just like doing a speech here, and I just haven't really looked at you guys. Let's see. I think you're right, but you're also getting baited. I mean, baited for what? I'm just kind of saying my thoughts here, It just is what it is. Edwin said that. Edwin Smaggle said that, not Nick. I'm sorry, do I need to pull up receipts? Nick said this to Matt Pitt. And here's the thing, Matt Pitt, good guy. I love Matt Pitt. He's like a very neutral party. But it was very unusual how yesterday he started coming out at me because a month or two ago, maybe not, it must have been like close to 3 months ago now, out of nowhere, Augie had a show where, Nick called me the F slur, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, Nick. I never hear you use that slur at all. But I felt like I called him out on it because I thought he was doing it to kind of fit in with the Augie show, because Augie's a lot more edgy and whatever. And how often do you hear Nick say that, right? So I kind of wanted to explain that. And because of that, like, Matt took it as if like I want nobody to say like the F slur or whatever, right? And you know, don't get it twisted. I have said that before, and we'll talk about. Oh, God, now we're skipping around. See, here's the thing. Damn it, now we're skipping around because I do have that as a segment, and just put a pin on that because people in the chat are saying smaggle this, smaggle that. No, it was Nick, and now you guess I'll show you the tweets because y'all didn't see it. Homeboy still got receipts. Ah, damn it. Making me scroll. Here we go. So, you know, Matt was saying that he enjoys the drama, whatever, even if it's a bit. And Nick can say it can be real entertaining and not about P-files, right? Every time I hear someone say we're bringing back the laughs, it's followed by low effort cringe or whatever, right? It's like, okay. So, like, basically, we can't... Nick, the arbiter of good content, we can't stream unless it's, like, about... I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Because here's the thing. It's so funny. Like, if you literally watch, like, this clip that I have pulled up for later, right, where I'm talking to Petty Paige, one of the things that I say in this little conversation that I had with Petty Paige was that I liked, like, the commentary community because everybody can just chill and talk things out like they're just homies, right? Like, it's no big deal. But suddenly, that's not allowed. Suddenly, it's a no-no to just, like, do low effort, just live streaming, just talking and chilling, right? But I don't know. That's not something I really care for. But and then this is like a strange Boblax tweet. Like, a huge chunk of what makes drama fun is that the people fighting are serious about the positions they hold, so that when we discuss and debate on who is in the right and that the nuances of, bro, this is like really a long, weird sentence. Like, but anyways, y'all distracted me from my main point here. Maybe I shouldn't have looked at chat because now I forgot my whole thing. Okay, I forgot where I was at. Okay, point is, yes, so it's not fake, it's just you just don't like it, you know? I mean, what? Nick criticizes this, and what does he do? He comes back to commentary and does a live show with Bunk and Augie, and what are they talking about? They're talking about neon caffeine, some neon caffeine drama, some girl that had some like VidCon scamming scandal or whatever, and how is that any different than Abby Blackbird, you know, having beef with Tipster or whatever? Like, how is that any different? How is any of this any different, dude? Like, what? I don't know. But anyways, I don't care. I just think it's funny. But let's see. Oh, sorry, you guys. Let's see. So that's the funny thing about Keemstar. If I'm a bitch because I didn't call you a bitch. Bitch. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong, okay? Because at the end of the day, we can all say, we can talk about the reality of that is egos. Like, I feel like if I was to describe the biggest egos in this little commentary, little realm, the people we've mentioned, it'd probably be Keemstar, Nick, and Salvo. Salvo's in it. If I was to do the order, that's how I would do it. I mean, who complains about content the most? Keemstar, and then after that, Nick, and then after that, Salvo. But like, literally, they all complain about the content, right? Now, the reason why I enjoy Salvo is because when he does it, it's like he's playing it up and he's doing it in entertaining ways, right? Like, he's not doing it in such a serious manner that like you don't get the vibe that he's trying to like say, follow me, everybody. It's got to be my way or the highway. But that's just my opinion, of course. Wait, Claire, you're telling me they also talked about Colton versus Bonnie? Wow. Who would have thought? They talked about stuff we talked about in the show as well. Okay, interesting. Anyways, I don't care. At the end of the day, I don't actually have a problem with that. That's the thing. I'm not complaining about that. I'm not trying to police content. I don't care. I mean, should we talk about the Matt Pitt, Tommy C thing since I mentioned it? Because I'm catching strays all over the place, and I think that I kind of covered the Keemstar thing. Alice Jean, thank you for the super chat. $10 to say, don't forget to like and share the stream for sure. This is one I want people to watch. So I hope people catch it. You know, what did Matt Pitts do now? Yeah, yesterday he called in and he had a problem with me running the narrative that I feel like it'd be cool if people said the F slur less, right? I mean, let's listen to this part.
Was Edwin really trying to bring an end to slurs in the commentary community? Is that
No,
what
I said I want
an end to the F slur.
Yes, hold on.
You get me.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
I don't think I ever lost control of the chat.
Against this ableism, dude? I thought you were
come get me.
Ableism in the
Come get me.
I'm not the one moralizing. That's Boblex.
Up to Tipster.
Boblex is the one crying about it on Twitter.
I'm honest, I don't know about this, but
questions.
Yeah, go ahead, moralize about it, Boblex.
Was Edwin?
Wait, okay, where's the part? See, I wish I had the timestamp. There's a part where Matt Pitt went to Salvo's show and he got people to vote for the opposition.
That's true. Was Edwin?
That you're friends with the emo guys?
Less and less and less.
Can I tell you something, Edwin, about that? You
what?
had your buddies on, the emo guys. What are their names?
Emo guys?
Yeah, the fucking emo guys that you're friends with. The hair. Like,
I have one emo friend, Damon.
Yeah.
So I had Damon. You guys know my homie D Fizzy, right? I had him on my stream a little while ago, and during that stream, there was a point where I talked about how, like, it's right here. Look, here's the clip. You guys can watch it, and well, actually, let's hear what Matt says first. Let's see, where's the part? Because it was such an awkward confrontation. Because Matt was trying to present the point that because emos or emo people, scene people used to say the F slur or whatever. I don't know. It was weird.
Is it Damon? Dizzy? Fizzy? Whatever?
Fizzy,
that's one person.
Yeah. Isn't there another one? Like another emo dude that like he's friends with that was on as well? Or am I mixing things
Well,
up?
only he was on the show.
Okay. Well, my point is, like, so you had him on and you guys were talking about the F slur and how bad it was. But you guys come from that. Well, he at least. I don't know about you. They come from the scene, right? Back in the day. That was their favorite word. That was the scene kid's favorite word back then.
Right. Yeah.
So, like, what changed? Like, why can't we separate the gay slur with the regular slur?
2022. It's offensive to people. So, I don't know. Randomly, Matt Pitt wants to hold on to this F slur. And that's fine. Okay? Because here's what I actually said, by the way. Because the way that it translated onto Tommy C's show, because Tommy started going off on me, and it was fucking weird. But let me actually show you the receipts, okay? Let me show you what I actually said. Because this whole narrative's been spun that, like, I'm trying to control, I'm trying to Karen, okay? I'm trying to police everyone. You can't say that slur. You can say whatever the fuck you want, okay? I don't care. But this is what I actually said, all right? I want to talk about grooming the community. Because
I'm just saying, all these people, hold on, all these people say some shit. Like,
I want to talk about grooming the community. Because Salvo isn't the one. And look, you can tell in my tone that I'm like, if you take me fully seriously, geez and rise, right? But I'm talking about grooming the community. I'm even using outlandish language here, right? And you know, I say that like, I want to kind of, you know, I want to get on the level with Salvo to maybe kind of help him because, you know, in a way, his channel is under fire. And, you know, like I even said, yo, Salvo, did you just use the F slur in that same show where Nick used the F slur? I said, did you use it because you're around Augie or something? Because that was weird. I don't hear you use it that much. And he said, yeah. So, you know, it's normal. I feel like it's normal to kind of like, you know, talk a certain way when you're around certain people. That's normal across the board, right? And which Paige had a problem with, but, you know, we'll talk about that. But that's what I was talking about. I'm like, yo, like if I can have any influence, maybe, and you don't want to criticize me for that? You want to criticize me for trying to influence people to say the F slur a little bit less? Okay, cool. Criticize me for that, right? But I'm not trying to police people. You can say whatever slur you want. I don't care. But this is the clip that Matt Pitt is criticizing about.
Like, fuck it, dude. Oh, yeah, no, we're not for that. That's, oh yeah, no, nobody's... Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is we need to groom the community, okay? That includes you, Nick. Salvo's not the only one that needs to groom.
Like, it doesn't work like that, Nick. It's exactly why I said specifically. Like, wait.
So Nick didn't want to talk about it. He kept changing the subject. He doesn't care. Okay, cool. He can keep using the F slur. Cool. I don't care.
It works than what Alex has to deal with. I'm just saying, like, what's the point of that big number if it's going to get lowered anyway? And if you had to pay the whole thing, yeah.
Like, I get it, you know?
It would be literally more humane.
Look, the whole thing is, though, like, Nick is the optics guy. And, you know, I just didn't hear in his vocabulary in the past, like, 3 years that I've known him. I mean, I've heard him use it a few times, like when he dropped it on Flamenco and a few other times. But, like, it was weird when I heard him say, like randomly when he said, "Oh, Edwin's being such a," you know, it's like, "Oh, okay, that's kind of random." Like, because the other times it's been like to be a tactical, right, as he calls it. Fair to say, F slur is worse than typing handicapped. Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to talk about the whole handicap thing, but like, I don't want to get under anybody's skin there, but like. And this is actually me being real, okay? I know it's a little goofiness, okay? Sometimes it's hard to tell, but this is me being real. I was trying to tell Nick, and he kept talking about something else earlier. I want to groom everybody. I want to make everybody a better person. I'm not about the slurs. Because they behave like... That's what I said. So that's what the whole stream was, right? Because Damon was also bringing up how, like... Because, you know, Damon's not really in the commentary, so he's kind of like... He sees it as an outside perspective, which I can appreciate. Because you guys got to remember, like, people in commentary are in their own little bubble. We're not getting millions of views, you know? Maybe, like, years ago it was more popping, right? But, like, this is very niche. Right here, how many people am I talking to? I'm talking to 420 people. That's not a lot, right? That's not like I used to have more popping shows just 2 years ago, maybe just last year actually. And like this is very niche. So I appreciate Damon's perspective as someone who doesn't consume this kind of content. And I already feel the same way. I'm like, dude, don't get it twisted. I actually, I'm not about that. But yeah, that's what caught me this interesting little stray from Tommy C. And here's the thing. No ill will towards Tommy C, because I know that he doesn't actually consume content himself. It's all spoon-fed to him from Matt. But I'm curious, Matt, what did you tell Tommy? Because this is interesting. Check this out.
Because there's one group of people that I'm getting more and more sick of, and really just the scene in general, is the commentary community.
Yeah, for real. I'm sick of the commentary community too. God, let's go, Tommy. Let's go.
What Edwin's like, and you know what? I'm just like, I'm going on a tear, folks. I don't hate anybody. I'm not trying to start shit, but I'm going to start calling Edwin faggot. All right? Get over yourself. All right?
No.
Really. Faggot.
Wow, now he's quoting that MSI song, Mindless Self-Indulgence, right?
What the fuck
No, I don't care. I'm going to make a proof at this point. If I can fucking take a loss, it's either that, I'll stop saying faggot, or we'll see. I'll stop when you turn in your fucking edgy card.
So I guess he's trying to say that I can't be edgy because, is he? I don't know. Is he saying that I have to go full edge? Like I have to say the F slur, or otherwise I can't be edgy. I can't make edgy humor. Because that's the thing. The F slur has never been in my vocab. It really hasn't. So I'm sorry for expressing an opinion, which is very ironic because throughout this entire stream, he's calling out Petty Paige for being a Karen. And suddenly he's Karening out for me having an opinion on the F slur. Oh my God, Tommy C. Yeah, Tommy C is sick, by the way. He's got, but again, I don't take him seriously because again, he didn't. I don't know. I'm curious to see what he thinks I said because what, bro? What?
Can't tell people. I mean, I understand. Look, there's a lot of words I don't like either. Like I hate the word the Jews. It bothers me, creeps me out. Sends a chill up my son. Probably like faggot sends a chill up your spine.
Not really. When I was in high school, maybe. I just don't see the point, And here's my whole thing. Like you can say whatever you want in private, maybe even in your own live streams. Do whatever. All I say is like, let's have some respect. Like, read the room. There's no point in like going outlandish and like going to someone else's live stream, whatever. Okay, that's it. I don't think that's so outlandish for me to ask for, right? I don't know. See, was there anything else that issue review for?
I mean, I'm being serious. I don't like it. It bugs me, right? I don't like it, right? But I don't tell people that they can't say.
Did I tell people that they can't say it? Did I tell that? Because again, watch the show from Neil Augie. I forgot. I don't know what the show is called because it was the Neil Augie show in which Nick out of nowhere says, "Oh, Edwin's being such a," and then I call into that same show. And I say, "Oh, I never heard you talk like that before." I was simply confronting Nick as to how he randomly decided to use this slur. I never said, "Oh, you're not allowed to use it." I was just trying to see, what brings that out of you? That's it. But I'm very curious, Matt. What did you tell Tommy here that he thinks that I'm policing people's language? Call me a faggot. Call me a faggot. Oh my God, it's such a scary word. Boo! Oh my God, I'm sending chills down my spine, Tommy. Oh my God, the world's gonna end. You don't have a long time, but I can call in. Oh, I don't. Okay, all right. Yeah, I don't have a long time, but okay, call in, because I don't actually care that much. Like literally, I don't care. I just think it's funny that this is like twisted. Suddenly, I'm so scared. Let's go, Matt. Let's fucking go. All right, Matt. Call in. I'm waiting. Oh my God. Oh, you're literally calling me. Okay.
Hello.
Yo.
I didn't even tell Tommy about that conversation, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, that conversation was never told to Tommy. That was like a fucking little jokey conversation I was had because I get annoyed because scene kids are always the ones who are like, "Hey, you can't say this anymore." But 10 years ago, they were like the ones saying it. It was just like a conversation to bring up for fun. But the stuff I was telling Tommy was the Bo Black stuff. Like Bo Black's brought up like a point of like, oh, you're doing this ableism stuff, but you have issues with Slur. And Tommy's like, what was that? And I was like, well, Edwin has the issue with the Slur, and I explained it, and he's like, okay, well, I'll bust his balls a bit on the show.
Okay. So he picked it up as if like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So it was kind of presumption. Okay, so you didn't even tell him before the show. You just kind of, it was conversation in there.
Yeah. Like, dude,
I literally clicked on the show this morning, and that's the part where I suddenly, it's like, oh, suddenly my name. Okay, interesting. So
yeah,
like,
but he was like busting your balls. He wasn't like,
okay. All right.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny because it was followed right before him saying that I'm sick of this commentary community.
Yeah, but I mean, most of the episode was like kind of defending like the salvo and you and stuff like that, right? So like he was just using you as an example as like busting your balls, and like I think he busted Bo Black's balls a bit, and like he's just going through the list. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Yeah,
and okay, no worries, and all right, cool. Then I retracted. Nothing was fed.
No, dude, I don't
just
care.
Tommy being Tommy, and I have no. Like I said, either way, regardless of what the story origin actually was, it's just also I don't want it to. I also want to be clear because I don't know if it was clear enough yesterday that as far as I know, Damon has never been one to use that, so it felt like Damon's a poster boy.
I was using I don't know if Damon ever said it 10 years. I was using Damon as an example because I know, and it was just like a conversation to have. I wasn't attacking you. I wasn't trying to attack Damon. I was simply saying like seeing kids that were seen back then, and now they're like they're like in their 30s or late 20s now. They're all like, you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't offend this person, you can't offend that person. 10 years ago, they were at a fucking venue, fucking saying all kinds of slurs and crazy shit. Sure. So yeah, that was all. That was simply my point.
It's crazy how the times changed, though, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That was facetious, but also, does it sound like am I asking for a lot? Am I policing? Like,
no, dude. I know you're doing I know the Slur thing you're grooming, all that stuff. That was a joke you were doing. Yeah. Okay. So like, yeah, I know all of that. Like, I get, and I have no issue with. I have no issue with how you feel about the Slur. I think you have a correct take. I'm not one to come on streams and just say the Slur to you and not care. Yes. Okay. You know what I mean? So like I don't do stuff like that. I usually do it for fun as jokes. I personally believe you can say it if you want to, but if someone's offended by it, like, yeah, I'm not going to die on that hill. You know what I mean? Right. Like if you don't want me to say it, I'm not going to say it.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So you get everything. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And again, Tommy's the G. We're going to be doing a live stream at some point soon. He invited me to do a show on Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that. I just figured I'd address it. I didn't put him in title or anything because it's nothing major. All right. So thank you, Matt, for calling in. Appreciate
no
it.
problem. Yeah,
Hopefully
man.
You can hear him good.
Yeah. I got something coming up soon, so I got to dip, but thank you, Edwin.
No problem. Good luck.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just glad I cleared that record up because I feel like it was misconstrued. See, as me for a viewer perspective, it kind of came off that way. So, and typically, obviously, like Tommy is a reactionary. He reacts to what is being presented to him, which is, man, what a nice gig the way he has it. Jesus, it'd be nice. Like the whole news team, right? I want a news team that feeds me all the information, but at the same time, not having one is what's giving me the passion tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So, now that we're past that, we talked about the Keemstar, the Tommies. What else is there? The Nick, the arbiters of what is good content. Do we get to the petty Paige now? Paige Christie, as she's called. By the way, what time is Salvo's show? Because I didn't even want to go live for that long, by the way. I just wanted to make sure I address shit. You're way too forgiving. When is your stream with Chud? I have to. By the way, guys, I'm planning on doing a stream with Chud Logic, just as a side note. And he said he was available Thursday, which, I'm actually doing Thanksgiving on Friday. So, but then again, we had that conversation on Friday. So I'll see if he's down for Thursday. I feel like we could do a live stream Thursday, right? It'd probably be like probably a little earlier than this. So I don't know. Do people watch live streams on Thanksgiving? Let's see. Edwin, can you please clarify Nick saying SA was more entertaining than fake drama? Just to know where that came from. Could have someone... Oh, yeah, I showed the tweet right here. Look. Content can be real entertaining and not about P-files. The first time I heard it, I mean, Nick had quite a few tweets. Like, nothing against you specifically. Look at his Twitter. And also, he was also talking about this, and I don't know. Look at Twitter. Look at Twitter. But this is like the reason why Matt was saying this is because this is like the norm. Like the norm is like content has to be about this, otherwise it's disavowed or whatever. Let's see. I mean, you want me to do live research here? Let's see. Like, if it's not that, then what is it? Just Nick's opportunity to just explain his out of body cringe at Bo Black's calling me out on Twitter and then coming on my show, and then Tipster defending that he offered to donate $175 to Salvo Pancakes. Like what? I don't know what you want out of me here. Okay, I guess we can get to Petty Paige now. So Salvo Pancakes had a live show 2 days ago after mine, and it was pretty epic, I gotta say. I liked the way he stuck to his guns, and you know, he had a lot of passion. I was like, damn, that is a good ass Salvo Pancakes, right? That's good shit. And he brought out John Swan, which was a surprise to everybody. I was like, whoa, right? And he invited me on. I was just, sure, why not, right? Why not? I didn't say much. You know, you see me on these shows, like oftentimes I call into shows and I'll have a few things to say here and there. Sometimes I'm really passionate, sure, but other times I won't say that much. And Petty Paige was in the chat. She really wanted to call in, and everybody in chat thought that she was gonna go hard on John Swan. Everybody did. Everybody thought she was gonna go so hard because, you know, the chat was not like the chat was going in on John Swan, so people expected her to do that. Cooter Popeye says, you're 2 seconds away from living in Salvo's foreskin. Oh my god, well you already live there. What's it like, Cooter Popeye? What's it like? Tell me, because I'm about to visit you, boy. Okay, anyways, so let's watch, because Salvo ended up adding Paige to the call. And listen to this.
Okay, I have no problem with John Swan, right? I'm just going to make this clear. I'm not coming in here to like be...
I have no problem with John Swan. So off the bat, actually, I just called in not to talk to John Swan.
Be angry, berate you, all that kind of stuff. I just fundamentally disagree. And I'm actually kind of upset that we're even having a conversation like this. And, you know, oh, well, it wasn't that bad, the situation that happened. It wasn't, you know, you didn't do exactly, you know, it came up and you just happened to be there, but you still discussed it with a minor. And like, out of everything you've done, John, I could give a fuck about the dream shit, right? That, for me, was like a fundamental no. You should know better as an adult. And I'm sorry, Edwin, you sitting there and saying, speak less. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. That's the shit that makes me dislike you. Fuck that.
But by the way, Paige.
So she's referring to a point in the show where Salvo asked John Swan about some sort of call that John was in, where Lieutenant Cobra pulled up a video and there was some other guy called Jake or something, and they played like 10 seconds of some video, right? Some adult video. And John Swan said, oh, that's massive, right? And he was being grilled for it. And what he was saying was so dumb. I was like, oh my God, I was cringing. I was like, oh my God, dude, talk less, right? I said that, talk less, Jesus. Which I want to make talk less merch. I need to come up with that, because that's kind of funny. That's good. I thought it was a clever thing to say. And oh my God, speaking of Parasocial, Tipster, this is not Parasocial being so like attached to me saying 2 words. Feels like it.
It's not up to you if the people in the call don't think that it's gross. So it's like you're outraged about something that...
No. What it is that... Because this is the issue that we had a little bit earlier, is that you thought that I was upset over like the pig girl oink situation. I don't give a fuck. The issue is with Edwin is that his opinion changes based on the person he's around at the time. And this is something that I've seen as like a consistent truth with him, is that if he's with Keemstar, he acts one way. If he's with you, he acts another way. If he's with Xylie, he acts another way.
Pull up your sleeves, because I actually, this is me thinking, can you list a singular example? I want to know. What is it? And the example she goes to is, well, she does list one example in regards to Salvo. And I think it's funny when people expect everybody to behave the same way across all paths, especially someone like Petty Paige. And even more funny because, remember, I want you to remember the reason why she's calling me out for saying talk less to John Swan, right? Why is it? Because he was in a call with how old is Johnson, by the way? Does anybody know? He's like, Johnson is an idiot. Okay, yeah, we can all say that. He's an idiot. Like isn't he like 19? Like when this happened, and talking with another like 18-year-old, and then like a 16-year-old, like a bunch of idiots in a call. Okay, whatever. Like I don't waste my time on this shit. Okay, I'm sorry for not caring that this 16-year-old kid that definitely has never watched anything and wasn't even watching it at the time. I'm sorry that his whole life is ruined. Poor victim, right? Like Jesus. Fuck, I forgot what I was saying, right? But anyways, so as across the board, basically the point is that I didn't react in the way that Paige wanted. Talk about Parasocial, Tipster. Talk about oh my god, right? And the reason why I say Tipster is because Tipster was giving a lot of shit to Abby Blackbird for being Parasocial. He was like, oh my god, look at you. This is you. You're the ugly cheeseburger. All this other stuff. Like Tipster went in on Abby Blackbird, which is like, you know, I don't know. I'm accidentally talking about it again. I'm sorry. I'm accidentally talking about the very vitriolic comment that was Savo, you know, saying that according to Boblax, I didn't disavow enough. Like, I'm sorry. I didn't do it enough. I didn't say that. Savo Pancakes in a members only chat said, you know, Tipster's wife is handicapped. Therefore, she's not very social. Like cheese and rice, you know? Oh my God. That's like such like the worst thing. Making fun of her disability. Oh, geez. I don't know. Maybe it's just like, is it even a joke, or is it just like an observation, a probable statement? I don't know. You know, for someone that makes fun of someone that is too social on the internet, it's off grounds because it's some. I don't know. I don't care. I thought that the reaction from Tipster was over the top, and that was my statement, and that was not good enough for Boblax. Oh my God! Like this is the Thanksgiving drama. Let's keep watching. Let's go back to the main thing.
So when I'm calling that out and saying, well, this is what you advocated for, you
how did I act around Ember Lily? What is the issue here?
You were like, oh, well, I think that would be quite entertaining. I don't.
Now, I rewatched this whole interaction with Ember Lily and me on Salvo's show. And not once did I said, that would be quite entertaining. We can watch it all together here. But she's misquoting me. She's misrepresenting me. But I guess her issue is that I didn't say enough. We can watch it here again.
Better than I imagined. Your weight way heavier than you made it seem.
What? And I wish this had transcripts because again, I didn't get the exact part where he said that walking on all fours. But like, people are upset that I'm not vocally saying, now Salvo. Like, I'm sorry I'm not being the Keemstar in the Keemstar show, okay? I'm sorry. I'll do it. Don't get it twisted. I'll do it. When I get to Salvo's house, you'll see much more interaction. I'll vibe off of him right real good. You'll see the maximum, Edwin. You'll see everything you fucking wish for.
What do you think my weight is, Salvo?
Well, watch this along. Watch this. You'll see that I'm mostly quiet. Because when I called into the show, I called in to present my surprise about the fight between him and Tipster. I was like, damn, dog. Like, we can literally watch this. Mad at you, dude.
What did she say? A huge lead. And then Matt Pitt came on here, and I let Matt Pitt talk for 90 seconds. We shared the link a couple times, and then Zip Zap, the opponent, completely blew Leia something out of the fucking water. So who's irrelevant, Tipster? If I could do a pack...
I was talking to Salvo about Tipster. I stayed on the call, and then he brought on Amber Lily. I don't talk that much. The few things I said were not pleasing to my Parasocial fan, Paige
On
Christie.
camera, you can literally see me.
Okay, so I'm gonna say I'm saying you're 250. By the way, I'm saying you're 250.
I'm not. I'm 203. Literally weighed myself this morning at the gym. I am 203 and I'm 5'9".
Do you have a scale?
No.
The whole show, they're fighting each other, essentially. I'm just here. You see my bubble light up?
I'm not doing that for you, Salvo. I gave you what you wanted. I gave you a number.
Okay, I will take...
That's what you get, honey.
Okay, I will...
When I can stand next to you with a tape measure, I'll get on a scale for you, okay?
Fair enough.
Do you see the animosity? That's personal between them two. I'm just chilling there. Now, at some point, I think at one point, the only time that I commented, or I don't know, and I could be wrong because I didn't review this, okay? So, you know, if I'm wrong, whatever. But I know that I said something about like, oh yeah, you shows your fridge. Cool, that'd be cool. I mean, you have like... Because she brags about how much money she's making, that she has 2 partners. That would be impressive. You probably have a better fridge than me and Salvo or something, right? Like, but it's all like a back and forth. Like, it's personal animosity. And also, the craziest part is that she literally sent him a DM that said that she wanted to be content farmed. So it's like, I don't know. And I didn't do good enough, right? So let's keep listening to Petty Paige's problem here.
I think it's very demeaning at all. And
now,
all
you
that
have the
kind of
entire
stuff.
context of the situation specifically.
Yeah, I watched the whole stream. I was there from start to finish.
So you're aware of Ember Lily's history?
Yeah, I'm aware of Amber Lily's history. I'm aware that she went over to Salvo and messaged saying that she wants to be a part of the show.
Right.
All of that. Contextually, I have all of the context. I know exactly what happened. So my issue with you is that you advocate in one space and say things. This is the issue that Bobax was having with you earlier today. You advocate and you say stuff like, oh, I don't support this, and I'm against saying the F slur, and I'm against saying this, and I'm against...
What do I advocate as it pertains to Amber Lily, though? What did I advocate against? Like, what? And also, it's important to say, because, like, here's the thing. Just like I understand, just like I said earlier about the F slur, my main point is, hey, just don't say it on my show, right? Whatever. That's it. That's my finality. I've been very clear on that too. Like, I'm not gonna go to Augie's show every time Augie says a slur and be like, Augie, don't do that, Augie. How many times have I done that? Like, what? And that's what she's mad about. Does she expect me to do that? Does she expect me to direct Salvo's show? Because I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to tell him how to run a show. That's just not me. I mean, you know, I know other people will take over calls and do whatever, say what they want, you know, but I'm not like that. That's just not my personality trait. And that's who she wants me to be.
Saying that. And then in another space, when encountered with Salvo, because this also, by the way, isn't Salvo's fault, right? When you're with Salvo, you act different. And that's not Salvo's fault that you act different when you're around him.
Because Salvo's a homie, it's a different environment. You know, he's an entertainer, and he brought on someone that wanted to entertain. That was the context. So, you know, and she had already called into my show. She had called into the Keemstar show numerous times. So there's Edwin, why are you even trying to explain the context? Where it doesn't matter. Stop. You know, I'm not the co-host of that show. I wasn't gonna tell him how to run it. Yeah, she was in on it as far as.
She was when okay, so say if she was doing all of this behind the scenes, I can't talk about like the conversations that I had behind the scenes. So she was doing all of that behind the scenes, but when she sat down in that stream and said, "I'm not going to sit here and demean myself for you," and you said that would be pretty entertaining, then what?
Did that happen? Did that fucking happen? Like what? This is such bullshit here.
She said to Salvo back and forth in the DMs that she was going to entertain our and said, "Then what?"
And
no, that's not what I'm trying to have an argument over.
It is. What people enjoy and what people don't enjoy. And
no, so if
okay.
That shit, and I actually don't care. I just want Edwin to be real.
He enjoys
it. He enjoyed that shit, and he fucking loved that shit, and he was like, "Yes, bitch, that's what I want you to do. Get on all fours and fucking oink, then own it. Don't pretend to be one person in one place. Pretend to be another person in another place, and then pretend to be a."
This is why I don't like arguing, by the way, because I'm getting drowned out anyway. This is why I don't like confrontation. It's bullshit. I'm saying, how am I pretending? When have I ever said, like, I don't support Salvo's show, whatever, right? Like, what? What is she talking about?
Don't pretend to be one person in one place. Pretend to be another person in another place. And then pretend to be a different person in the third place. That's my fundamental issue with it.
Like, she talks over me. It's pointless. Okay, let me explain something. When I'm watching Salvo Pancakes, I'm expecting an entertaining show. And, you know, I'm taking it as such entertainment. And here's the thing, guys. I understand, like, I've brought Salvo on my show very many times, and I understand people don't like him. Okay, I get it. People in my audience do not like him. People have tuned out. People maybe even have unsubscribed from my show for even having him on. That's completely fine. And it's obvious by now, it should be obvious by now that I like him and that I enjoy him. I like having him on. We can disagree, but just because you like me so much and you want me to not like him or not like his sense of humor or call it out because I shouldn't enjoy it or what? Like, my values are different than yours, which doesn't make sense, by the way, because she talks about how much she enjoys the Keemstar show and her dynamic with Salvo and Keemstar, which they make fun of fat people all the time. So where's the consistency there, Paige? Salvo makes fun of fat people and Keemstar as well. Like, why are you so mad at me? Like, I don't outwardly do it, but I can laugh at a fat joke. I can laugh at a Mexican joke. Just because I don't make the humor doesn't mean I enjoy a comedy special. I was watching Ali Wong last night. She's funny. And she makes plenty of racial jokes, plenty of jokes all over the place. We can't enjoy humor now. Comedy is dead. It's ironic. It's ironic because who said that? Was it 3 years ago? Oh, RFC. I believe it, bro. I'm not taking him as someone that's doing commentary on the real world or anything. I don't even take myself on the live streaming channel as such. If it's Edwin's generation, that's a different topic. But, you know, you can watch MTV and you can watch MTV2. Two completely different things. One doesn't play music. I don't know how they are anymore, but it's a completely different mindset. To watch.
Do you remember when we had our discussion when we came back to be in, like, you know, cool, cordial, whatever? And I said to you, I said, you know what? We can squash the beef. Everything's Gucci, whatever. However, what I will say is I prefer the old Edwin, right? Because the way that you used to act before is completely different to the person it is that we see. And the person it is that you are when you speak to people privately is completely different to the person it is that you show.
No, I'm saying privately. She says I talk to people differently privately. I've exchanged 2 DMs 3 years ago maybe like 2 DMs, period. I don't talk to Paige privately, by the way. So I'm like, what? She's saying that I'm different privately to people. I don't talk to Paige. I don't know her like that. I'm like, what? I'm different privately? What? This is so weird, bro. Like, she thinks she knows me. It's very disappointing.
Showcase online. Do you understand what I mean? And that is the reason. So it's about me. I'm not going to be honest. Maybe I'm being an Abby Blackbird fucking parasocial right now.
Yeah.
It's about me watching you through the screen.
Yeah, you're being Abby Blackbird even more, maybe.
And seeing you be various different personas. And then me thinking to myself, I actually truly you don't know Edwin.
We've never really spoken privately, number one. Number
no,
two,
I'm not talking on the internet.
See, that's what I mean, though. Like, this is why I don't like talking with people, like, when it's confrontational. I start talking, and then she talks over me. There's no fucking respect. So why should I respect you? No. Like, literally, and it's so fucking crazy, because she refers back to this conversation. Oh, I hate these tabs. I don't have the right one. Okay. She refers back to this conversation that I uploaded 9 months ago. We had it, like, I think in January or so, right? She called into my show, and I actually earned respect for her, because she used to be, you know, the very strong T channel, and she called into my show, and she actually wanted to talk things out. And I feel like I'm having deja vu in this conversation, because I actually earned respect for her, and now what?
I hold grudges. I'm like, yeah, I hold grudges.
Okay, because I am curious about this grudge. I'm curious about, what is the grudge?
Not necessarily a grudge necessarily with you, but just, I don't know, maybe I'm like one of many people I kind of feel who feels like you as a content creator have changed, and that's fine. I feel like everybody changes, evolves and grows and stuff, but just, you know, the person I remember, you know, from back in the day is not the person that I see today. And I think that sometimes when you're confronted with somebody, you know, evolving, I think that it can, you know, I feel like a lot of the things that you stood for before is not the same stuff you stand for now. And
it's the same conversation. It's the same conversation. You know, I don't get it. Like, she's reverting. She's going, like, what? In January, she was cool with me and talking about how, you know, people, you know, I understand now that people are different, you know, like whatever. And I was too attached parasocially. And now she's reverting.
I'm having to just adjust to that. Not just as...
Jamie in chat says she hasn't seen A Man Gives Birth, and it shows 100%.
You know, a commentator, but as a viewer as well, because I was a fan.
Okay. Well, I'm curious as to those elaborations, because some people have said similar things in the past, and I'm always curious to talk it out. If anything, I would agree that some of my kind of like the way I view life has changed, and you as well said you want to see this new year in a similar light. And I thought I kind of saw you in a certain way. I think I said it right before you came on the call that, like, I'm like, wait, what is this new spiral? So I guess we kind of saw each other in a similar way, that we kind of shifted the way we saw each other.
Which I think is natural as well, because I don't think I'm the same person. I think, honestly, I'm going to be making a video about it in the next couple of days, actually, just like a sit down video. But there's a lot of stuff that I've said in the past and the things that I've done in the past I don't stand by today. And I feel like it's natural for us to evolve and change and stuff like that. I feel like I took personal offense to a lot of things that not directly or personally. So I'm fully...
I think that's a really good way to address some of like what I had issues with, you know. I don't know, is there anything specific that I have changed? Because this is curious for me just as a creator.
Well, I just wanted to point out from the jump, you know, when I blocked you, new Twitter.
Okay.
There was like personal. So when I saw the account, so
creators,
I kind of feel like you always.
What did I used to stand for that I don't no longer, or at least you perceive that I no longer stand for?
Well, I kind of feel like you always came from a perspective of like being somewhat like biased and.
Let me break the bubble for you. Everyone has a bias. Everyone is biased. Okay. I came off unbiased because she agreed with my perspective, and now she doesn't agree with my perspective. Therefore, I busted her bubble. And I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry if anybody feels like petty Paige here, but I have a bias. Everybody has a bias. What is a bias? I don't know. Look up the word definition, okay? And I do try to be objective. You know, like when I do a video against people, I like, even if I'm not in their favor, I will reach out to them. I try to get every angle, but that does not mean that I don't have a bias. You know, I operate with my own kind of values and moral system here.
You know, like an even person. And then it seemed as if like when you entered into a new friendship group, or what I perceived as a new friendship group.
This is the deja vu, by the way. When you entered in a new friendship group.
That your persona somewhat changed, and that you were kind of veering into like the edgelord side of things. And I don't know whether that was something that I was okay with. But
she's admitting that she wasn't okay with it. I entered a new friendship group. Who's she referring to? Augie, Nick, Boblax?
Because I was like, well, where's the Edwin that I remember from?
And and isn't it ironic that she's once again going through this whole thing, but she's not alone in this. A lot of people share this perspective that she's presenting. A lot of people don't like that I'm friends with Salvo Pancakes. They think, oh my God, Edwin is now a shitster. Oh, Edwin, he's bad. Edwin's not disavowing every little word that Savo Pancake says. He's not being this daddy. And a lot of people in chat and on Twitter, a lot of people share their perspective, and it's fine, but just be aware. And I wish that Paige could also be aware because she was already there. She didn't like what a lot of people, and by the way, I also had a lot more outrage when I first started becoming friends with Nick and Augie than I did when I became friends with Salvo, by the way. Just for the record, okay? And I think it's so funny that I feel like I'm having deja vu. Because like when I first started having outrage with Salvo, that lasted maybe weeks at most. You know? Like people are accustomed to it now. With Nick and Augie, oh, that definitely...
You know, the Dasha situation and all that, kind of like, where's that dude? I like that dude. And I feel like, you know, it's just one of those things. It's one of those things. I've changed as a content creator. There's people who don't like the new me too, so.
That's fair. People have said that specifically, you know, and I would kind of attribute that as to like, because, you know, many years ago, I really didn't have too many people I associated with on YouTube. Like I didn't really have YouTube friends because I from that past drama of mine, I had very big issues trusting people for a while. So when I came across like Augie and Nick's channel, I reached out to him because I was covering the Xylie drama, and she had gone off on him as well. That's when I first met him, and then Augie invited me to his show for an interview, and I got that vibe, and I kind of like that they don't have a filter. They kind of just say things how they're feeling, whatever. And yeah, sometimes they pick a lot of fights. This still remains true. And guess what? What I like about Savo is that he's entertaining and he pushes buttons and he just has a good time. And a lot of people don't like that, but I'm not gonna let that fucking stop me. It's so weird. If people want to dictate who I'm friends or not friends with, why? Like, and it's so ironic too, because who are these actors? Oh, Boblax is the loudest one. I don't know. Maybe people in the background are also upset with me that I'm friendly with Savo. But like, why? Why do you give a fuck? I'm literally talking directly to Paige about how I didn't give a fuck when people gave me shit for becoming friends with Nick and Augie and Boblax. People gave me shit all the time. And you know what? Did I change? No. I go my way. I like that they were open. She didn't like the old me because the old me went my own way. When I did the videos on the Antwoord, on Mars Argo Poppy, you know, I got over 200,000 subscribers by being all on my own. Like on the Edwin's Generation channel. I didn't associate with people on the internet, you know, that's it. And then I began to because I was like, oh, cool, I like vibing. This is cool, you know? And people are disappointed because they get to see how I am around other people. Well, and they get to say, wow, but did these people even watch my vlogs? Watch my old vlogs, watch my old videos. I'm the same person. I just was more solitary before I got to meet Nick and Augie. And now people don't like me when I'm with Savo. What he brings out the more looser me, I guess, right? But the looser me was already there. Alabama Edwin. Nick labeled me that before Savo was even in the scene. Interesting. Anyways, I think I got a little derailed. Let's see here.
It's a personal
okay. You know, I can't even respond. What's the whole point of this? Like, what? I thought you came here to talk to Johnson. Now you're kind of coming at me, but you're not even letting me talk. So you're defining me how you want to see me. So I'm sorry I don't live up to your standards. That's not my job. My job is to just, you know, be a viewer. I'm a fan of the show. So, you know, I'm here to enjoy the show.
Do you not see? Do you not see how?
You know, I can't speak, and this is why I don't like having arguments with people, and this is why I like doing my shows, because you know, oftentimes I'll be on other people's shows and I don't get to fully express myself. Look at my face. Look, I'm like, oh my god, what's the point? What's the point, right? And I think it's useless, and like, I'm not gonna be directed by other people, and at the end of the day, this is my escape. This is my fun. This show, this live stream. Yes, sometimes I will talk about serious topics, okay? Yes, I will cover that sometimes on these live streams. But I've been having fun not doing that. Why is that so fucking bad? I don't think so. Oh my god, Salvo made a fat joke? No way, that's crazy. Oh boy, let's lose our minds. Wait, but didn't he do that also on the Keemstar show? And you didn't have a problem with it? Oh my god. Wait, why didn't you disavow it? Wait, why didn't... You were in the chat. You didn't disavow it. Wait. This is getting confusing.
How you act differently in different spaces?
Sure. It's like a code switch. You know, you kind of behave a different way, how you see fit. It's not like you change as a person. You know, I'm not gonna go with my mom and like, you know, talk how I talk on a live stream or whatever. It's like it's normal. People behave differently with their friends. But I'm not a completely different person. I don't change my morals. My fundamental morals are the same. I've always been the same.
Okay, so do you think that like
from 6 years ago, and you'll see the same comedic Edwin or whatever? Like it's
yeah, I've
I'm
saw
not
your old
later.
videos. No, I'm aware of the past. So what I'm asking you is that like, do you think that when you're in a conversation like this, because we're talking about a code switch, I'm black, we do that, right? Colored people, we get it, we code switch, okay? So when you're in this conversation with Salvo and John Swan right now, and he's talking about the fact that he had an encounter where
I forgot Johnson was in here. Oh my God. Johnson's probably in here like, wow, hey, I'm just glad I'm not being grilled after all. everybody thought that she was going to come in here and grill John Swan. And you know what's ironic, by the way? She uploaded a video yesterday about Salvo pancakes. You would have thought that, like, she would have grilled Salvo because she essentially has an issue with Salvo. I mean, she made a video about him, but she came at me. It's so strange. Right?
He was around for a video being shown, and that video was shown in front of a minor, and he discussed said video in graphic detail about the appendages of the individuals involved with that minor in chat. And you say speak less. Do you think you're being true to the...
You know what? Honestly, Paige, I wish I was around to say speak less to you when you were talking on You Now with a 13-year-old, and this was your conversation.
Do you think it was a depiction of rape, though, or do you think it was just a depiction of two people having sex? Hello? Because that's what they were arguing about, because he was like, I'm the victim, you know? Hello? Yeah. How can I get to decide whether it's rape or not? And I'm... Hello?
Then on whether it was, like, sex or, like, rape or...
Hello?
Call me crazy, but I personally feel like being in a Discord call where with two other people, and one person is in the call, the other person decides to screen share. Only John Swan shares, but the person that screen shares an adult video, and then John Swan says that's massive. The other kid was never in watching. All right, okay, whatever. Wow, crucify me for giving the specifics, right? Call me crazy, but a 16-year-old listening to somebody else describing the adult video, I think that's not as bad as having a direct conversation with a 13-year-old being asked if something is consensual sex or not. That's just my opinion, though. So it's so interesting that you have such a problem with me not biting at John Swan's neck here. This is crazy. Am I what? Like, where is the consistency here? Why am I being called for my inconsistency? You know, I feel like it's one of those things where why didn't you yell at Salvo or John Swan? Because ultimately, you're mad at me for not commenting. Like, this is just blows my mind, dude. It blows my mind.
Persona that people would know on Homeboy Edwin. Do you think you're being true to the persona that people would know from your main channel?
What do you hear when you hear me say talk less? And I've said this before, by the way. Edwin's generation. You look at the catalog. It's scripted content, researched. I spent anywhere from days to months on each of those videos. You know, it's a way different vibe. If you can't tell that by just consuming that content versus this content, where I wish I scripted this. That would have been way better. You know, getting all the timestamps and stuff, but I didn't have enough time. It's a different vibe. If you can't tell that live stream is me talking directly, then I don't know what to do. I can't dog walk everybody. I can't, hold your hand through everything. I can't do that. I'm sorry. Yes, this is me. This is raw. Like what? I call people, here's maybe my issue is that when Keemstar calls in and he says all that outrageous shit, maybe I'm not saying, Keemstar, you have a fragile ego, bro. And it's okay. But don't put that on me. Because the chat is actually on my side and they're not really saying positive things to you. A lot of people actually comment on my video saying, Edwin, why do you keep having Keemstar on? Because I think he's entertaining. I mean, like what? Like I like having discerning opinions and stuff. But you know what? If Keemstar wants to think that I'm a bitch for being cool with Salvo, he wasn't saying that at all. Actually, if you guys watched my live stream from last week, it was such a different tune from Keemstar. When, in fact, yeah, I actually pledged an oath to both Keemstar and Salvo just last week. Keemstar did not say anything negative about me at all. But the moment that he has beef with Salvo, Edwin, you're a bitch. Oh, really? And why is that? Because when you asked me to say this oath and you told Salvo to direct it, right? And we were all having fun. There was nothing wrong, huh, Keem? But you want everybody on your side. But I know Keem's just a troll either way. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked here. Let's see what else is there. What did you hear when you said that? And I'll put links if you guys missed all these shows that I'm going over. I'll put links in the description down below.
I think that when you say talk less, you're moderating the voice of somebody.
No. I'm saying you're embarrassing yourself.
A hole.
Like stop yourself. You're embarrassing yourself. That's what I'm saying. Maybe you heard it a different way. But I'm saying, dude, talk less. Like stop, cut yourself off. That's what I'm saying with my intention. But if you want to,
why
describe my narrative?
If I was
So again, when I said talk less to John Swan, I was cringing. Like, oh my god, dude, stop. Like whatever, right? And she's like, but why?
The conversation with an individual who was saying, yeah, well, I was in this chat and I was doing this with this person, and
she wanted to see John Swan burn. I mean, if it's not clear, the conversation that I had with Paige in the beginning of the year, right here, this is her. If you listen to it, this is her talking about how she's not the old Paige anymore. She's not the cancel culture, part of the woke culture anymore. She's not that. So that's why I think she's reverting, because she wanted John Swan to bury his hole. She wanted him to burn. She wants him to be canceled. That's what she's shaming me for. Let's see, what else do we have here?
Him. And it's
yeah, we're going. And if you guys don't subscribe to Xylie Gets Real, sometimes she just like, everybody calls in there and just like lets off their fumes, right?
Like, that's what I see.
Well, I mean, that's what well.
No opinion, you're a bitch. Like, I felt that. Because I don't think the chat were like, Edwin, like, what are you doing? Like, that's so mean. You should do that.
So she proceeded to go on Xylie's show and essentially regurgitate the same stuff. Let's see.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think, you know what I mean? Like, he makes excuses.
Wait, Edwin was saying that there's nothing wrong with Savo telling her to go on all fours and oink?
Yes.
Really? Get me the receipts. Get me the receipt. If I see, this is the thing. If I'm not outwardly disavowing every little move that Savo does, people think that I'm endorsing it. Let the man have his comedy. It's not for everyone. If it's not for you, it's not for you. You can turn it off. And I even understand. Some people have stated that they don't like when other people call in. You know, that's fine. Not all my shows have call in. Some of them do. A lot of them do me even. But like, do people not like? People act like they're forced to listen to stuff that they don't. I don't know. And also, why is the problem with me? Why not with Savo? Oh wait, it was with Savo. Except again, she didn't address Savo. Oh yeah, actually, let's go back to this real quick.
And digging himself a hole. I'd let them dig the biggest hole ever because they deserve it. I'm sorry, I'm a mom of two. The way that I see it is that if you're talking like that with minors, done. It's over for you.
Well, to be fair, she wasn't a mom when I showed that clip earlier where she was talking to a 13-year-old. So maybe something changed, but at the same time, I'm not a mom of two. I don't know. What? Okay.
So saying talk less makes...
When I hear it, that's what I was saying.
Then that's fine. Yeah.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much, Salvo, for having me on.
Thank you so much, Salvo, for having me on. Listen to that sweet tone, right? And again, Salvo is the one that asked her to get on all fours. But the vitriol is towards Edwin.
Paige Christie.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on, honestly. You know, I don't want... I think that you might have birdies in your ear that are telling you something differently about me. Because I don't know where all... Because you also were coming at me today, too. Like, on Twitter and on other people's chats. And it's that same bullshit narrative. Like, do you watch me, Paige Christie? Or do you just hear about me?
No, I do watch you. I shall tell you what. Just like, because I'm here and I might as well, because since I've got the opportunity. Salvo, I think that you and Keem have an amazing show together. I think it's fantastic. I think that you guys have this charismatic energy that is very reminiscent to me of frenemies. And I know you don't like Ethan Klein, but what I will say is...
The tone switch. But guess what, guys? Unfortunately, once she got off the call, what happened? Let's see.
My man.
Yeah.
Birding? Are you on the top?
Like, what the fuck? Bitch. What we fucking do? Like, it's like, I'm a pussycat when we chat. You mean I talk to you like a respectable human being, which is how I've talked about you every single time I address you tonight, is I respect and like you, but here's my critique. Isn't that what we fucking do?
So, you know, he said he had a couple extra words to Paige after she left the call, and she didn't like that. In fact, she decided to find a picture of him in an engagement photo of his wife, and then follow up that tweet with like, I hope your sister is having a good engagement or something or whatever. And it was very strange, kind of like subtly veiled threat, right? And she ended up making a whole video on Salvo pancakes, and it's quite funny. It's quite funny. So the switch up is just interesting. The moment that like he said something different against Paige, she's like, oh, okay. Because she literally didn't have a video. Like she had tweeted that, oh, I don't know when I'm going to do a video and I need a sponsor, right? And then what happened? Oh, well, he said something that she didn't like. Therefore, you're now my video topic. If that's not petty, then what is? And I'm only saying that because she changed her name from Petty Paige to Paige Christie. But when I knew her, she was Petty Paige. So let's stop pretending that you are not the same person that you used to be. Because if you grew, then maybe you Benjamin Button back to Petty Paige, cancel culture, woke culture, whatever, T channel.
What?
That's what happened in the stream, in Salvo's stream the other night. So then I basically went into the stream and I said to Edwin, you change your opinion based on who you were with at the time. So if you're with Keemstar in the chat, you'll align your opinions with what Keemstar's thinking.
When have I aligned my opinions with Keemstar? I mean, what? It's so interesting because this is at the heels of Keemstar calling to my show, and I'm like questioning everything. I'm standing my ground. But okay,
if you're with Sal,
like when have I? Keemstar's calling to my show often. When do I align my opinions with Keemstar?
Salvo, you will align your fucking opinions with whatever it is that Salvo's saying.
When do I align my opinions with Salvo? I enjoy his content. Like what?
If you're with Tipster, then you'll suddenly change your opinion to align with whatever Tipster. Same with Xylie.
I align my opinion with Tipster? What? Are we living in a delusional world? I literally... How? Is it the part that I said that, oh, I still love the homie, don't worry, like I got love for Tipster? Is that the aligning my opinion? How am I aligning all my opinions with these people when I literally express myself? I mean, look, guys. Again, I could stand corrected gladly. Okay, I'm glad. All right, it's just correct me if I'm wrong. Here, what's his name? Franchise, the guy that made the video on me, right? He was also tweeting that like, oh, my sons are on Salvo's show because he made a video about me and John Swan. Hey, Daddy, pick up your son. He's misbehaving. Come here. Oh my God! You know it's so funny. I was sending him some messages like, "Hey, I wanted to have a kind of follow-up talk after that call because I thought that live show went fairly cordial for talking with someone that likes to say Edwin's a pussy, right? Like, because when we were in that live stream, me and Franchise, he never said any insults to me to my face. He just did it all in the scripted video, right? And then I was like, yeah, well, listen, I'm kind of curious to have a conversation to talk afterwards. And he ignored all the DMs, but then he goes on to tweet, I'm your son, or he says like, oh, my sons are on Salvo's show. Oh, well, come get your son. Come pick me up, Daddy. Let's fucking talk. Why are you scared? You don't want to talk again? Okay, I love it. Anyways.
And I've never met anyone who doesn't have like a consistent thought process on their own. So when Keemstar was doing his like members only show and he was saying like, you have no opinion, you're a bitch. Like I felt that because that's literally what I see.
Keemstar didn't say I have no opinion, you're a bitch. He said that I'm a bitch because he thinks that I'm scared of Salvo. So maybe he was saying that and by the way, I'm not scared of Salvo. I'm going to have a fucking slumber party with him. And if anything, she's showing that she has no opinion because she's just latching on to whatever Daddy Keem says. Oh my God. Paige. It's so crazy because literally I gained respect for her when she did this live show with me. Literally. And now all for it to be lost again.
Regardless of who it is that he is with, his opinion will vary based on who he is with. He's literally the male Stardust. Apologies. But you know,
I'm the male Stardust. It sounds to me that you're the one doing that, but you know what? Fine. I'm the male Stardust.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I see.
Well, I mean that's what
So, like,
yeah, with the Tipster thing, I was like trying to point out that like it just seemed like despite the comment towards Tipster's wife being something you would normally be against in other circumstances.
I agreed with you.
Which he is against it.
Wait. Boblax is agreeing with Paige, and Paige is agreeing with Boblax. Does anybody have any opinion of their own? Anybody carry any individual opinions anymore?
But he just didn't seem as against it as he should have been.
I'm sorry I didn't live up to the standards, Bobby. I'm sorry.
When he talked about it on the previous stream he did, where it was like Salvo or whatever. But the All Fours example that you just said is like a much bigger example of that I didn't know about in comparison to
like that. I was thinking exactly the same thing when you were talking because it's like, yes, he changes his stance when he's around him, and it's just something that's so fucking consistent. And like when he was in chat with John.
Give me examples.
John Swan was like obviously digging himself a much bigger hole than what was fucking there in the first place. And he was just like talking shit, and he was like, talk less, say less. And then Salvo was like, I don't think you really did anything wrong. It was like, and like he was like, giving his little grunts of as he does.
Oh. So again, now she's acknowledging that me not saying anything and just like, making facial expressions, eating potato chips, which is what I was doing on the show, on this show. Look, I can skim through it. Every part I see, I'm not talking. I'm not really talking. So me not talking is me endorsing everything. That is what Paige is essentially saying. Making noises is me endorsing everything, not having an opinion or going with Salvo's opinions. Really, Paige? Really?
Because he likes to throw stones and then like hold his hands up and say,
what stone did I fucking throw? Because literally the example that she said was me saying, listen.
Himself a much bigger hole than what was fucking there in the first place. And he was just like talking shit, and he was like, talk less, say less. And then
I was talking shit.
Salvo was like, I don't think you really did anything wrong. It was like, and like he was like, giving his little grunts of as he does, because he likes to throw stones and then like hold his hands up and say, I have nothing to do.
Me saying is me throwing stones. Really?
With it. It's always the same thing with Edwin. It's so fucking infuriating.
Yeah.
It's infuriating. Okay, it's so fucking infuriating. And again, I'm only playing this so you guys can feel the energy and the vitriol in her voice and energy, right?
I mean, I don't really mind it that much. I just wish he was like honest about it. It's like, okay,
exactly.
You're being.
What the fuck do you want me to be honest about, Boblax? Come on, bro. Do you have any opinions of your own, or are you just gonna fence it like always? Because it sounds to me that it's very ironic that you're the one that is responding to this out of all people, man. Boblax the fence sitter, bro. What the fuck?
A little biased towards Salvo, like, but like you can't be okay, like just like.
Well, he basically said to me
it's
when I was
stupid.
asking him the questions.
Okay, let's see. There's another part where eventually later on the show, I called him to Xylie, and I wanted to ask Xylie because like she was saying that I changed myself against Xylie, and then I asked Xylie, "Am I different to you than I am in my show, whatever?" And then Xylie started going on this like whole spiel. She started repeating what Paige said, so kind of like, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna interrupt you, but whatever, you can have it, right? And I said, look, I'm not interested in talking with Paige. And then she said, oh no, talk to her. And Paige called in. I was like, okay, whatever. Like because I don't have any reason to talk with Paige. I'm sorry. Like I lost respect for her. It's over. The merge is very inevitable. Yeah, it's not inevitable with her. I don't need it, But eventually, it happened. And here's the difference of the tone. Let me make sure I'm at the right timestamp. 2:47 on here as well. I was like, okay, wow, very charged energy, but it's fine. Like, all right, well, now I can talk very talk.
Right. Talk to you, but the majority of my time, I don't actually have a problem with you. It's just
Okay, the volume's a little low. Maybe just for me, hopefully.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we hear you.
Okay, Edwin, I don't actually have a problem with you. It's just I don't actually get an opportunity to really talk to you because, I mean, we don't really run in that same sphere, if that makes any sense. Like, I spend the majority of my time in Xylie streams, so Xylie streams is literally the only time I really get to talk to you.
Exactly. You had the chance to talk to John Swan. That's even a more rare spectacle, and you chose to come at me when I'm in here all the time. You can come on my show anytime, and that was like totally unexpected. But
yeah, I get how you feel it might have come like that.
Okay, then our audio goes bad, so let's skip a little bit. But basically, it's so interesting to say I have no problem with you after all that energy that we just listened to, right? It was very strange. And let's see. Like, here, where is it? And also, like, I don't know, it's just like, John Swan's been such a, like, he's been hidden for so long. And it seemed like she had a problem with John Swan. And when has she ever also talked directly to Salvo? Like, especially if she had been planning a video on Salvo, you would think she would have talked to either of them. Because I hang out with Xylie often, and she can call into my show, or she could have called into my show whenever too. I let everybody into my show. But it's like, oh, this is the first opportunity I have to call to Edwin. I'm super accessible.
And then I'm like, well, a few months ago this happened. I'd much rather just tell you now, if that makes any sense.
Right.
Right. So that was all that was about. I'm not upset with you. I'm not angry with you.
I'm upset with you. So.
Okay, so explain why.
Wait, what? Oh, I think I just did. Right before this.
I kind of dipped in and out of the conversation because I'm like folding laundry.
I think you can rewind. Oh, so I had just explained in Xylie's show right before, by the way, which I'm sure I said what I just explained to you guys anyways later, but I don't think we have much. I told her to rewind for this.
I kind of dipped in and out of the conversation because I'm like folding laundry.
I think you can
so I
rewind later,
apologize.
but I don't think we have much to talk about. I mean, it is what it is. You know, you drew the line, and that's fine. I'll stay on my side.
Well, I didn't think it was necessarily drawing lines, but okay, if that's how you feel.
And I even saw your tweet earlier, drawing a line on Salvo too. That was kind of crazy. Where'd you get that picture?
I'm a nifty little girl, I guess.
I have a nifty little girl.
Yeah, I drew a line with Salvo because I'm completely done that for me. But no, I wasn't drawing any lines with you. It was just whilst I was there, I was going to tell you. A couple of minutes ago, we had Tipster in the chat, and I told Tipster on live to his face that I also agreed with you and everybody else's sentiment that like it was very weird how he kind of switched his moral compass when it came to his wife and how important that was to him. At that time, I told him directly because that's what I do. I'll just tell you direct.
So, at the end of the day, she agreed with me. Like, isn't that crazy? This is so confusing, guys. So she agreed with my perspective. Like, she agreed with my perspective of calling Tipster out on his inconsistency. And she's like being much nicer to me in this much more calm call. And I'm like, what is going on? Because one second she's calling me out for like, you know, agreeing with Tipster. And now she's saying, well, I agree with you disagreeing with Tipster. It almost sounds like she's the one just swaying her opinions with whoever she's around, right? It sounds like she projected it onto me. Because earlier in the call with Blacks, when Blacks was against me, she agreed. She, you know, her and Blacks were just, you know, talking shit on me. Okay, cool, no problem. You know, and just lashing out. And now it's just me and her in a much more calm situation here. And she's agreeing with me. So yeah, so you heard me. I don't switch my tone for Tipster. I don't switch my tone. Well, who do I don't get that kind of criticism. You know, like criticism I do get. By the way, sorry, let me just say this real quick because the criticism I do get is that I'm not very vocal on other people's shows. I get that. Like, you know, where the whole Ember Lily thing. I may have said like 1 or 2 or 3 comments at some points. You know, I guess along the entertainment of Salvo's show because she has been like participating and egging on. I think Xylie kind of talked about it earlier too. You know, she's been kind of engaging and
yeah.
You know, if it came off wrong, then I can totally understand that. But like I'm typically not the type of person that goes showman. I don't go full Edwin on other people's shows. That's just me. That's just that.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Honestly, I don't think
it's true, Orange. It's true, Orange. You're the only person I talk crypto with.
For me personally, there's any bad blood or beef. If you feel that kind of way, then
she says no bad blood, bro. I'm sorry, dude. Like what? I just don't understand. Like we're mutuals on Twitter. You could have talked to me anytime, and I'm just saying, like it's fine. Like you don't have to like you know keep it private by any means. But the energy you brought on was very uncalled for and like weird, and especially when nothing was consistent and nothing made any sense. And then the moment that you know Salvo says something you like directly towards you, like where is your moral consistency? Like you expressed to me that you don't agree with his jokes about Fat Piggy or whatever, but like you still enjoyed his content and his humor until he says that he responds to you in a not so friendly way. Then you decide to make a video on him with a sponsor. Where's your consistency, Paige?
I mean, I respect that, but there's no bad beef with me.
Okay, because I was also saying it reminded me of like that time with the whole Augie thing. You know, when anyways, I think that basically I don't know if there's anything else. We talked for a little longer. And this is, by the way, this is from Xylie's members only. So you guys, unless you're a member on her channel, you can't catch it. Yeah, Salvo, if he's not live right now, he's probably gonna be live, or maybe hopefully he's still playing his music, you know. But I'm gonna wind down for another 4 or so minutes, and we're gonna raid into his show if he's live. And because I feel like I've said everything, but I haven't really looked at chat, so let's see what you guys think. Because obviously I just kind of ranted a lot tonight, and I just kind of want to fucking put my foot down. Because you know, like I said, I think it's ridiculous that people want to paint me as who they want me to be, without acknowledging that. Actually, I missed some super chats. Let's see. Rich Lux. Oh, what's up? He says from super chat $5. Says from my experience, guys who say F slur to others usually be in my DMs looking. That's funny, Rich Lux. Okay, and never lose your voice through 2 says hi Edwin, long time no talk. Hope you're doing okay. Yeah, thank you. I'm doing fine. And again, here's the thing, guys. This is fine. Like I'm gonna be doing an effort to like do an Edwin's general, because I've already told you guys I'm gonna be flying to Ohio to hang out with Salvo. Okay, And I have a mental goal. I'm not sure if I'm gonna achieve it, but I have a goal that I want to do an Edwin's Generation video before I get there. Whether it be like a side story or something that I've already talked about, covered loosely, whatever before, I'm gonna try. But at the end of the day, I enjoy doing the shows. Like up the stream, you know. We're at 171. Thank you guys for supporting the show. Thank you for the super chats. You know, let's get to 222 likes. If you guys enjoy the show, let me know. In the comments below, leave a comment supporting the show. Emmy, thanks for becoming a member. Subterra says, oh yeah, I read that one too already. Sleazy Martini, welcome to becoming a member. Cooter Papai says, the foreskin is musky and it smells like old marinara. Okay, that makes sense. Abby Blackbird says, let Alabama Edwin live his life. Subterra says, why do they always use the F-slur thing to criticize something else? You can think of F-slur as bad, but edgy jokes are okay. Slurs do not equal jokes. The fudge? Yeah, I agree. And here's the thing, like, I just think people that use slurs, okay, you're fine. Do what you want to say. No, keep saying retard or whatever, F-slur, whatever. It just shows to me that you're like, your vocabulary is limited. That's fine. But that's fine. Like, as long as you're like being cool, whatever. It's fine. Cats of Flockin says, I'm here for the memes. Pregwin. Yeah. Man gives birth. Look it up. Classic Edwin video. It's less than 2 minutes, literally. Epic skit. Boohoo Big Oop says, are you going to get on the Keemstar show? Well, I don't know. I mean, look. If who knows, maybe I by saying what I said about Keemstar, he might not like it and be like, you're uninvited from my show, right? And also, like, is Savo even on the show? So, like, because I'm visiting Savo no matter what. I'm flying to Ohio. So that's what's up. Let's see. Yeah, I think I went over everything though. So it's just my thoughts. Okay, Savo's actually not live yet. Wait, is he? Let me refresh the page here. No, he's not live. It says 105 minutes. Did I look at this wrong? Did I start my show too early? Wait, I think I started my show too early. I figured, yeah, I thought, why did I start my show so early? And I was like rushing too. I think that when I saw his show say like 8 p.m., I think in my head, I thought it was 8 p.m. Eastern, and that would be like 2 hours behind, so like 6:30. I don't know. I'm confused. Okay, so in 100 minutes, yeah, I'm not gonna be live for another 100 minutes. That's for sure. But I'll be live for another 5 to 10 minutes though. My bad, guys. It's all good. We don't have to raid into Savo. We could raid into Boblax talking about Pokemon or Xylie, or we can just talk. Let's talk. I want to talk with you guys. I don't like that I got to neglect you for so long. But we had a damn good show. I had fun. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciated you. And look, we got 191 likes. Cool. We're moving on up. Hell yeah. Whoo. 485 concurrent viewers. I guess that means you have to keep streaming. Yep. I really meant to do this show. Too, yeah. Edwin, will you look at the clip I sent you in Discord? Sure. That's funny. My bad, guys. It's all good. Nowhere. Yeah, okay, so let's see. So this is a viewer submission here from Abby Blackbird.
Subscribe, but I think the conversation surrounding that needs to happen. I remember there was a time on social media, especially around 2020, 2021 approximately, I had like a huge falling out with another content creator called Augie, and Augie was like constant about wanting to have a discussion with me online, wanting to hash things out in debate style, and at the time I was kind of the opinion of, I don't really want to share my space on social media with you because I don't like you, and what else is there to say? But I always think back to that time,
and she called him a school shooter
now in retrospect, and think to myself, like, what if I'd have actually had that confrontation, discussed my opinion? Would that have changed the way it is that we looked at each other? Would I have gained more respect for this individual? Would I have learned about them and gained a fresh new perspective on that individual? Would I have been able to generate...
Okay, Abby, what's the opportunity to take a dump on me? What And we're watching a lot here.
Great empathy and understand them. Would we ever be able to come to a place of understanding whilst never really agreeing
This is
with each
Augie,
other,
not me.
but truly understanding each other fully? I don't know, and I'll never know because I never allow myself to have that confrontation. So yeah, that's my number one, is that we can enjoy.
What's that got to do with me? Abby, I think that was, okay, I don't think that was relevant to me at all. But thanks anyways. The point is she dropped this video. She dropped this video, came out the same day she shit on you. So I think she took it out on you. Well, I don't understand that, but maybe I'm missing, maybe I'm not, What's your favorite Pokemon? I like, that's a hard one actually. I think I like Squirtle the most. He squirts a lot. Dude. She just some people just shouldn't. And here's the thing, like, I respect that, like, she didn't want to talk to Augie, but at the same time, it's like when you're calling Augie a school shooter and all the other things she was saying about him, like, well, you should talk it out, like, or whatever, right? Like, hold your opinion to that fire. So that's what's going on. Edwin is our collective punching bag. I'm like, whatever, bro. Like, fuck it. What? I'm just like, what? What the hell? What else, guys? What else? Did I say anything out of line tonight? Anything cool happen? Subterra City says, proof of blackball. Nick Augie outraged when Keffels tweeted Josh Moon's mom, but they are silent when Paige tweets Savo's wife. No, I actually saw Augie reply to Paige and say that it was wrong. So props to Augie. I mean, so yeah. What kind of music am I into? I've had the song Summer Boy from Lady Gaga stuck in my head, so some will still have you. Wait, Clara said he pushed it back, so I'm not crazy. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Okay. Thank you, Clara. I feel like so he accidentally gaslit me into thinking that I was crazy. I was like, wait, I swear I could have rated this or whatever. What else, chat? What did I miss? Because I barely looked at chat and I hate neglecting y'all. Live for another 100 minutes. And by the way, Drew is sharing. I want to have Drew sharing on the show. I want to have Dumpy again on the show. I want to have people just come on the show more often, I want to have the G's. I want to have the merge. The merge is inevitable. All kinds of genres. Oh yeah. Okay. So maybe I'll try to have. I'll message Chud Logic to see if he's down to do a Thanksgiving stream. We'll see. You're seeing Poppy? Oh, nice. I'm proud of her. Proud of Poppy. Proud of Poppy. Be good. Ooh, feels good to get that energy out though. I feel good. Dumpy and Damon. I want to have more Damon on too. Do you like to dance? I'm not a good dancer, so I mean, I'm down to try. I've tried to learn too. I kind of suck. I'll definitely watch if you stream with Shadow on Thanksgiving. Good. Okay. You know what? All I need is you, Dinosaur in a Tar Pit. All I need is you. I'm surprised I didn't notice your corn shirt. Yeah, for real, man. I'm still free because what it says in the back. Good enough for a shot. You know what? If I had more content, maybe I should have. I don't know. I should have. But at the end of the day, what? And again, guys, like, I let out a lot. Like, I guess Paige's overlying argument against me is that I'm a chameleon. I switch myself around. Xylie, Keem, Tipster, Salvo. But where are the examples? I'm me. People change their personality somewhat, I guess, when they're around other people. But like, where's my crime? What did I do that is so horrible? That's it. I'll be here. Cool. Can we get some corn scan? That was free. I could have bribed you into donating for that, but I gave that to you for free. Did I go to the trans tipster wedding? No, I did not. I told him to dox himself to me, and maybe I'd consider meeting up with them, and which he did, but he doxed himself to me after the wedding. So hey, maybe if I go to Cali or he comes to Phoenix another time, why not? He seems like a decent dude. My speakers are way too high quality for that. Wait, what do you mean? Did I peak? Is my mic too loud? Also, people ask for it, Drew. Okay, come on. That wasn't. I haven't even rehearsed or practiced that. I'm like, it's hard to do the little growl voice without practicing it. You should check out Lorna Shore. I don't know what that is, but guys, check out the Discord server. Maybe we could do a members only stream where we just talk. There's a lot of members in here. Should we do that? I don't get to do a lot of members only streams. But join the server. There it is. Can we talk about Tipster calling you a shitster in the same stream? He admitted he made fake drama with Xylie. What's there to talk about? Me talking about the Hannah Gore? You know what that would be? That would be Edwin being a shitstar. You know that's right. And I don't look, I have no beef with Tipster. It's just I just think there's funny irony, you know? me pointing things out. Stirring the pot. There he goes again. Stirring the pot. I don't give a fuck. It's Edwin's generation. Hey kid, take my advice. I don't give a fuck. But yeah. How'd I do? Honestly? Tell me honest. Do. Hey kid. Okay, all right. You did well, but I came late. Oh, sorry. Didn't finish reading that. I'm kidding. I'm glad. Because look, it's just like, what is it? This, I assume this is the energy people want to see, right? What? Okay, maybe I'll give them what they want. You want me? I'm sure everybody that watches it that doesn't agree with me will say Edwin's stirring the pot with this entire live stream. Okay, cool. You want to see me stirring the pot? This would be me, quote unquote, stirring the pot. I don't know. Like screw me for wanting peace on Earth. But you know what? It's just like I tweeted yesterday. Peace on Earth ain't happening. Peace on Earth. Hold on, where's my tweet? Peace. We will not be having peace on Earth. We will not be having peace on Earth. And that's final. Alright? We all have opinions. Alright. Any updates on your other videos? Right now, my plan is to find a topic or do a topic for the Edwin's Generation topic channel. And then probably do a Chud Logic stream, and then also still it's been on my list to do the response to Colonel Kurt's live stream. So I got 2 live streams planned for sure, and then I got to figure something out for Edwin's Generation before December 6th. But I'll figure it out. If I don't figure it out, oh well. Wait, Xylie raid into here? Well then who am I gonna raid into? Oh no. Poochie Camp? Oh, Savo's gonna go live? Yes? Are you moving the time back up? Because that would be perfect, my friend. You should do it. Whatever subscribers we don't share, I'm ready to launch them onto you. Otherwise, let's talk for another 3 minutes, guys. Savo is a G, you know? Savo, you know what? And dare I say, I see Savo as somewhat as of a friend. What? I feel like, what? I can call him like a friend. He's cool. I mean, what? How crazy, right? I feel like it was just a week or 2 ago when I said, how crazy would it be if I ended up meeting Savo before Tipster? Who, by the way, Tipster is someone I like that stood me up, by the way. He said that he was down to meet up. I mean, I guess he was drunk, so maybe he didn't fully mean it, but he said he was down to meet up. And then I go to Cali, and then he makes up excuses to not meet with me. And then when I expressed that I wish we could have met, it would have been really cool. He's like, oh, you still bringing that up? Like he was shaming me for wanting to meet with him. Weird. And you know, I was a little bit like, oh, you know, meeting people on the internet is kind of weird, right? Like, so I was like, Salvo, are you cool with picking me up from the airport? He's like, yeah. It's like, why not? I was like, oh. So Salvo is cool with chilling. So we'll see. And it's so funny You know, Boblax and other people creating this conspiracy that, oh, Salvo's gonna turn on you. It's like, why? Anyways, we'll see. As soon as Salvo goes live, we'll be rating him. I'm keeping an eye, guys. Shout out to those rating from Xylie. Shout out to Xylie. Dun, 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 dun. You live... yes. We live in the same area. Yeah, Bruce. Well, Bruce, we're not... Bruce, I don't know as much about you. Look, Bruce, we'll get to know each other eventually, you know. What kind of segments will you have on the show? It's going to be a surprise, Catherine. That's all we know, okay? That's all I know. But all I know is, I'll tell you what, too, because like at the beginning, I was a little bit like, I don't know, what kind of segments would we do? Because I want things to be fucking popping. At first, I was like, maybe we should be like a surprise, right? But no, let's build it up. And I feel like all these shows, all this tension is kind of like a build up to the Pancake Homeboy show. Homeboy Pancake show, whatever, you know. Like the first one we did that got taken down, that was a good ass show between us. Of course, he's called into the show other times, but that's not the same. So when we get together, you guys will see the true fusion. Which, I guess I could bring up another clip from Keemstar show, since we're still waiting on Salvo, no problem here. Keemstar show. And I like Brantley, by the way. Okay? I hope Brantley doesn't take offense, because I like her. I think she's cool. But obviously, and it's understandable that she obviously seems to, you know, take on a lot of Keemstar's opinions. But she doubts that me and Salvo could dare run a good show. And I understand. She wasn't around when me and Salvo did the show on Deaf Noodles that was taken down because the burning flag.
Patch, I'm sure there's like 1,000, like, is because it just wasn't the right mood. Everybody, how is everyone doing? I believe, let people call.
Okay,
I'm trying. If that Brantley was like broke up the Beatles and all that other, they've been running with that one.
Oh my god!
When people ask me, like, do you think literally everyone,
well,
right?
Everyone uses everyone for something. Like if you
was just like I don't.
Why can't live streams have transcripts? I hate it.
Which is sad because we could do this show for a decade. In my opinion, is more important to him. And I was like, you can't do your own show, and then I'm hiring to spend time for offering Willie Mack a job, but that is
I can't find
that
it.
would be running on here. It's like
really, clash well.
I can tell you how that's gonna work. Edwin's gonna be on a fucking.
Oh, here it is. I was about to give up.
Yeah.
I was about to give up. Here we go.
Way they're like competing against each other, and it makes problems.
But
yeah.
I also, if Salvo and Edwin make a stream, I'm gonna support it. Like I can't wait for that. I'm wondering how it's gonna work though, because
thank you for supporting Brantley.
Edwin and Salvo don't really, clash well.
I can tell you.
We don't clash well? She missed the stream.
How that's gonna work? Edwin's gonna be on a fucking leash.
Yeah. See, and listen to Chris the Narc, by the way. Chris the Narc. Since when? You know what? Let's get the energy back up here, because we're going completely mask off, right? As they used to say.
I mean,
I love you, Edwin, but go for it, bro.
I love you, Edwin, but okay. Paige Christie, you want to talk about people changing their opinions with other people they're around? You should take note of Chris the Narc. Pay attention to him. I love you, Edwin, but I have to agree with my boss because I want my job. Fuck you, Chris the Narc. How about that one? Sit on these, motherfucker. I can't wait to meet you, because you just like sway with the sheep, don't you? Yeah, I love you, Edwin, but what? I'm sorry, Chris the Narc. You didn't catch the show, the epic show. Did anybody here catch the show that I did with Salvo Pancakes? The one we did about Salvo about Deaf Noodles. It was like 2 days before he went out to LA. It was iconic. It's taken down. I think Salvo actually said that he has it downloaded. So if he does have it, I will either try to clip some of it or maybe re-upload the whole thing. Was it not iconic? That was an iconic fucking show. I will not back down for that. And Chris the Narc just wants to be like, I agree with my daddy Keem. Have me on a leash. Because it's so funny. I should have played this earlier when I was talking about Keem. Because to me, it almost sounds like Salvo might have you on a leash. I mean, who's the one begging for, come here, boy, please. Wait. Come back to the show. Come back to the show. Who's the one feeling remorseful? And it's all good, Keemstar. Salvo's a good guy. I understand. But yeah, thank you, Brantley, either way, for supporting us when we do our show. And to be clear, I think Brantley also may have misunderstood. I think maybe she thought that me and Salvo are planning like like a regular show together all the time, which we're not. We've just been talking about doing a show like when we do it, like when I get there. We're gonna do a Breakland together, maybe a Homeboy together. That's it. It's like a, you know, guest appearance in person kind of thing, special guest. It's nothing. We're not doing like a regular fucking Keemstar competitor show, that's for sure. But anyways, that's it. Kristen Narc, where you at? Where you at? You don't have to send it over. I'm patient. I'll just take it from your hard drive when I get to Ohio, bro. Bro. Eat these nuts, Kristen Narc. Eat these nuts. Love it, love it, love it. All right. Chris was live earlier. Yeah, I'm sure he had a lot of opinions that were very original. Oh my god. Gotta love it, gotta love it. Well, we're just having fun. We're just having fun. Okay, so. Oh, okay, well. Checking back on the homie, and it says 11 minutes. Should we stay live for 11 more minutes? Technically, I think I could raid into him now. Let me see. I told him how to fix the raid feature, so he could, like, I could raid into him because he didn't have that activated last time. So let's see if he did it. Hopefully, because if not, this would give him time to actually do. Okay, he did. Awesome. He fixed the raiding feature, so now as soon as I end this, technically I could raid right now, but I want to make sure everybody's there when he starts. I mean, you play music in the beginning, so might as well just start. Nah, kidding. All right. We'll rate him. We'll hang. We'll squeeze me out for as much content as possible for the next 11 minutes. Now we can do a call-in. Nah, that's cool. That's cool. Boom, bam, 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 bam. Yeah, someone donate so I won't end. Yes. Where are my donations today? Where are my... Donate through the link in the description. Where's Niall's not here to give me money? What? You know he's gonna have 15 minutes of music. I'm gonna ask him to have 10 minutes of music. Oh my god. I don't know. Any other issues, guys? Any other issues while you guys have mask off Edwin? Edwin needs money. That's true. That's true. Yeah, we're going nowhere. You guys, remember, do I have to give my spiel? I don't put ads on the live experiences. None of you guys experienced an ad tonight. Huh? If you watch the replay, hopefully if YouTube approves this for monetization, you might see an ad. So if you're watching the replay, but you guys watch this for free. Thank you, Clara, for giving the donation. I mean, I understand the music intro because, you know, people get the notification to pile in. But I am giving the little booster seat right now. Hopefully everybody raids in. Wasn't Keem complaining about someone leaking from their show and Kristen Narc admitted he's the one that did on Matt Pitt's show? What did they leak? I don't know about that. Read my last comment. Okay, let's see Mariah. Mariah, by the way, Mariah, there's a few chatters that always give such great like commentary in the chat, and I'm like, oh, I'm so glad that they exist because it's like not disheartening, but like just like I gotta roll my eyes when people in chat just don't get things. And Mariah, I think you're one. You get it, you know. Katie as well, you know. I feel like Edwin is moving up. He's gonna do many streams and holding his own. What a boss! I appreciate you, Mariah. I said that before I read that. Okay. Have you ever been to Vegas? Oh my god, it's been so many years. I would love to go again. I miss being like outrageous. What's your favorite Subway sandwich? Are we saying that because Savo is now a manager at Subway? Like what? Because if so, I don't even know why people hate on Subway. Wait, actually, to be honest, I do think I prefer Quiznos because Quiznos has like mushrooms on their subs. Fast. But yeah, right now I'm listening to Lady Gaga. I don't know. Where is Mina? She's in England. I'm actually just I was finishing editing the video where she came on my stream and we talked about her breakup. So I'm gonna be uploading that to the Edwin and Mina channel, which I guess I'm gonna change the title afterwards of the channel. Like I don't know if I should upload vlogs on this channel or maybe I'll upload a vlog because I'm gonna vlog my entire trip to Ohio and everything. I'm gonna do a lot of stuff over there. I'm gonna vlog everything. You know, I'm gonna vlog his wife. I'm just kidding. I don't know. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have the whole experience. So I don't know if I should put that on this channel or just like change the Edwin and Mina channel to like just be my vlogging channel again. But that's the thing. I don't do exciting things to vlog anymore. You know. Just your summer boyfriend. And yeah, like up the show, guys. If you can't donate, you better have at least liked up the show. It says 208 likes. We didn't even do 222 likes. I thought this was a fucking banger. And y'all can't even like it? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Sorry, now I'm just humming Lady Gaga. Let's see what else. I'm gonna speed read all the chats. Edwin, are you gonna work a shift or two at Savo? Maybe, if you need some help. I remember the old VidCon vlogs. Yeah, what's up, Hannah? Hannah, you OG, exactly. What was I like in high school? I'm the same. I was the same way. The outsider. The outsider. I'm just the outsider, you know. I wasn't quite goth, but I wasn't like nerd or anything like that. I wasn't emo. I was a little mix of everything like I am now. Very similar. I could show you guys pictures sometime if you guys want. Edwin, do you think you'll be doing the Michael Jackson show with Tommy C? I'm down to do it. It just, yeah, why not? Edwin, you missed my dono. Okay, I'm gonna log into Streamlabs right now. I apologize. Did it not come up on the stream? Did I just not hear it? I'm coming right now. Coming up, so you better get the party started. I like how Drew donates 420 donations. Oh, trying to secondhand copyright strike me, huh? I'm just kidding. Okay, through 420 from Drew. He says Salvo smokes top shelf and Edwin smokes mids until proved otherwise. Okay, I see what's going on. So Drew is trying to kiss ass to Salvo. Why? Because Drew was called out on Salvo's show the other day. I see right through you, Drew. No, I'm just kidding. Man, but honestly, like, check out the Salvo show. Like, this is such an interesting, like, lore. And I understand, at the end of the day, guys, a lot of this is just, like, it's, like, small, like, side arcs, right? There is no main arc. It's all just side. But, like, I think that it's been very engaging, you know? If I was to say how to engage in everything, like watch my last two shows, watch this one, obviously, the whole thing. And, of course, watch Salvo's show from 2 days ago. That was fucking epicness. And, yeah, just, it's good to enjoy it. Don't get heavily invested, you know. A lot of people are like, oh, my God, I'm so parasocial. Drew says, I don't even know what it's called out for. It's because, in the beginning, you said that, in my stream, you donated, and you said that Tipster was smoking the good stuff, and I was not. I was bad. So maybe he took it as like you're siding with Tipster, which, you know, it's all good. You understood. Oh, by the way, Drew, I was going to ask you. Actually, I'll ask it live. I was going to be like, maybe I should DM. Because Keemstar was like, you know, we did a great show without Salvo. Brantley was even offered like a sponsor from like a weed. Was that you? Because that would be funny. Since it's like, because I heard you on the Dave show say that you were offering it if Salvo was involved, and he made it seem like it was only for Brantley. Oh, okay, wasn't you? Oh, okay. But that would be very funny. Anyways, yeah, well, you should check my tweet specifically at you. Okay, I'll check all my tweets, guys. I'll check out my tweets. Oh, okay, look at this. So, Maggot Edits was in chat earlier, saying, apparently, I think I'm the same person. Imagine this. What is this attitude, Maggot? You were here trying to see... Oh, look, she was trying to get a gacha on me all along. You guys remember that? You guys remember... This is one of Tipster's mods. And look, I don't know what your issue is, but this is just fucking pathetic. And I don't like to involve viewers for anything, but this is pathetic, okay? Did I misspeak? Did I quote whatever? Like Matt Pitt's tweet talked about SA and Nick replied to it. So did I miss a detail or something? Like what? Imagine being so upset. You're like, oh, apparently they're the same thing. I'm sorry if I misspoke. Was it the end of the world? Oh my God. Oh God. Oh, see, this is what I mean, man. Jesus. Oh God. That's why she kept like repeating the same thing in chat. She was trying to get that gotcha. She wanted to fucking clip me. Imagine trying to clip Chimp like that. That's so fucking pathetic. Oh, and Smaggle's here fucking simping for a goth mommy now. Okay, cool. Oh my God. Anyways, all right. Well, it's now time for the raid, guys. Thank y'all for hanging out. He's still playing a little music, probably. Let's see. Yeah, well, we had a good time. Okay. Are you, Catherine? I appreciate you. You're questioning, so I can stick around a little longer. I mean, but we can enjoy the tunes that Sal was playing. Let's go to the show. But do you date around or settle down? I mean, I kind of date around until I can settle down, I guess. But I'm not like I don't actively pursue. You know, I gotta say, okay, fine, since you got me on the spiel. The single life is weird because like you're supposed to, you know, see who you like and talk to different people, but it's so strange to me. Like I can't really, I feel weird doing it. Like talking to multiple people at once. Like, oh, so like I do try to talk to one person at a time if that's what you're asking. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for coming. And, Chris and Narc says, oh, he's talking to Drew. Okay, cool. Don't care. Cool. Yes, I'm into superhero stuff. Everybody, thanks so much for hanging out. And I'll see you guys over at Salvo Pancake's show. Peace out. We got to say, Homeboy Pancakes raid. Because, you know, we're all in this together. We had fun. If you're watching the replay, still like it up. Peace out. Cheers.